Hi. When I make these little videos, I imagine that you're right out here with me in beautiful Sedona, and we're just having an informal talk. Thanks for coming.
So I was saying that expressing gratitude in a gratitude journal, morning and evening, is just a window into the miraculous in our life. I mean, it has shown me that there is a presence, and I really attribute it to my, and therefore potentially your, giving my life completely to God. It's like when I realized that God is completely benign, kind, completely gentle, like how you would feel with a kitten, that's how God feels with us. I mean, both the helpless adorableness of our human condition, recognizing our need and doing nothing more or less than complete loving us where we think we're at in these physical incarnations. So we're here in time and space. We're beginning to recognize that that's not who we are. We are divine beings using a physical body. And that could only happen when the mind that identifies itself with the body and the ego and the story of my life, that's who I am. The mind that keeps identifying with that is afraid of pure love entering in. I just noticed that there's a light at my throat chakra. See, that's like I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for that. I don't believe in coincidences. I think the Holy Spirit is speaking through this body called Jan. And when I recognize that, and gradually I gave myself as completely to the learning how to experience love in this lifetime. When I chose unequivocally to do that and give up everything else for the experience of inner peace and love, of course, my life began to change immediately, and for the better, and more awareness of spirit moving in my life. And now it's like, okay, here's where I'm at. And you can be too. It's just a matter of shifting a thought system, shifting a belief system, done gently to yourself. We are in Eden right now. This is the world that God has made when we make it with Holy Spirit. When we experience this world, and I'm talking about the juniper over there. Oh my God, look at this juniper. Am I doing this right? Yeah, okay. I can't see what you're seeing, but it's just magnificent. Hundreds of years old. Yes, and there's disease, death, and destruction too. And that's what we're here to heal. And we're healed. Those of us who can hear me, we are here to heal it from the inside out, because that's the only way. It can't be healed by fighting against the polluters and the corruption. That's more fight. We have to give conflict its due, which is it's made up and it's false. It's stupid. It's like 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds on the playground fighting on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Trying to hurt each other, or a parent hurting their child. You know what I'm saying? That kind of conflict plays itself out in our bigger world, the world that looks like, what's happening in Afghanistan and with the floodwaters and you name it. You know, we have a lot of disasters going on right now. I would ask you to ask yourself, do I really want to be happy? That question probably came as a surprise following what I was saying. If we really want to be happy, we align with the happiness of everybody and everything. And A Course in Miracles is teaching us how to do that through forgiveness. And forgiveness means recognizing that I am responsible. Since it comes down to making an ego for ourselves, we have to start back up the ladder where we find ourselves and not be ashamed of that. We're taken care of. Look around, look in your life, keep a gratitude journal and see how much is given you right now for your awakening. And just trust me, letting love in to the greatest degree makes you happy and makes you more effective in serving the awakening and a big word, re-deifying the world. Recognizing again, as many people over the world have done, Native Americans highly among them, recognizing that this world is the Creator's. It's like the way station back to the heavenly state. This is A Course in Miracles metaphysics. You know, you can take it or leave it. On our way back to the state of total oneness with the Creator, the great being of unconditional love so huge we can't even, people who have like stepped over the threshold a tiny bit have said, wow, the unconditional love blows everything away. And we see that it was just, I think his name is Robert Ebert. He was a film critic. Ebert was his last name anyway. He made allowed a documentary to be made of him when he was dying of cancer. He had, his jaw was removed and, he was really disfigured and completely lucid. And apparently he would go in and out of what we would call a near-death experience. And at one point he said to his wife, "It's all a giant hoax. It's all made up." In other words, the film critic was seeing that this life is a movie that we are projecting and we're believing it. Those who believe that it can be God's world again through our forgiveness and our walking back into the Garden of Eden to love our brothers and sisters who still believe they're in hell and therefore are experiencing hell. In other words, heal this world, heal this gorgeous, beautiful earth and the humans on it who are destroying their own selves. Out of what? Self-hatred, ignorance. It's our job to heal from the inside and to extend that healing. And A Course in Miracles is helpful, and connecting with one another is helpful. See you next.